All right, let me. Okay, this clip is from Fox News, right? I can let us tell the story. This is about a woman who went to the bank and found $1 million in her bank account. Okay? If you found $1 million in your bank account, what would you do?
I would have to call the bank and report it, because there's no way that I could spend that millions of dollars and it not come back to me. There's no way. Somebody is missing $1 million out of their account. They're gonna come looking for it. I can't just wake up and be like, well, I didn't know. I just woke up and the money's in my account. Whoop, whoop. You know, so I would have to call the bank and be like, there's something going on, you know? Would I subtract a couple thousand out before I call the bank? Maybe like 10 grand or something, maybe.
But they would know though.
That's my fucking money. I'm taking a cut. I ain't taking a fucking cut.
Okay.
Of this $1 million.
Okay.
But yes,
okay.
I will have to call the bank.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, watch this shit, okay? Watch this shit.
Overnight courts asking the question, what would you do if you checked your bank account and suddenly...
Firstly, look at that mugshot, okay?
Wait, what's
Look at that mugshot. Look at my girl's mugshot, okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay, listen to what she's saying now. This 1.2 million, okay?
Asking the question, what would you do if you checked your bank account and suddenly found out you were a millionaire? That happened to a former Louisiana sheriff's dispatcher, and instead of notifying the bank, well, she quickly moved the cash into another account, used it to buy a home and an SUV. Kellen Spadoni, who you see here, was arrested for theft, and tonight is facing a lawsuit from Charles Schwab after she ignored several of their attempts, they say, to contact her and get the money back. Night court is now in session with civil rights attorney Robert Patillo. And
okay, so each attorney is going to give his opinion on this case. Right?
Look at the dude smiling.
Now, understand, these two attorneys are different, and this matters in the kind of attorney you get. The black dude is a civil rights kind of guy, and the dude in the fancy suit with the tie, he's a defense attorney, okay?
Okay.
So as they sum shit up, you can see the difference.
Criminal defense attorney Brian Claypool, welcome to you both.
Thanks, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Let's start here with Exhibit A. On February 23rd, Schwab meant to transfer $82.56 into a Fidelity brokerage account, services account, but the company instead transferred $1,205,619, court records said. So, Robert, is their mistake?
Is their mistake, but that does not mean you have a legal right to that amount of money. Even best case scenario, if you were able to keep it, good luck explaining to the IRS where $1.2 million came from and paying the taxes on that. This is no different than finding someone's wallet and deciding to keep it when they ask for it back. Or if a Brinks truck accidentally dropped money off at your door, it does not mean that you are legally entitled to it. There's legal precedents on it where people back in the old days would cash those Publishers Clearinghouse checks that came to your house and occasionally bank to allow the transaction to go through, but then later on when they figured out the funds were not there, they would reverse it. So though I understand that most people don't have sympathy for big banks in situations like this, you don't have a legal right to it, and you're going to end up getting in more trouble than it's worth.
Okay, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree with him. You know what she should have done though?
What?
Soon as she saw that money account, I need to hook up with a lawyer right now. I need to hook up with a lawyer so they can get me some of this money, because there has to be some kind of compensation when I wake up and I see this amount of money in my account and I can't keep none of it. That's emotional stress. I'm distraught now. I was happy. I thought I was getting a payday. Somebody got to pay something out of their pockets for that mistake.
It doesn't work like that, though. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
I'm not just going to turn the whole fucking amount. Y'all got to give me something.
It sounds like she is right now, innocent until proven guilty, but facing a lot of charges. Exhibit B, then, we go to. The company argues in its lawsuit that Spadoni's account contract with Schwab, now this came from the Charles Schwab account, includes an agreement that if a client receives an overpayment of funds, the client is required to return the full amount. Brian.
Well, Shannon, first thing I'm going to do in the morning, I'm running over to Charles Schwab. I'm setting up my account there, and then fingers crossed, I get $1 million. Anyway, all kidding aside, last time I checked, we have a criminal court of law, not a moral court of law. And morally, this woman is incorrect, and she should do the right thing and transfer the money back. But the law is on her side, believe it or not, and I think it's going to trump that agreement that she signed, that she probably didn't even know what she signed, probably didn't even know what she read. But real quick, theft, felony theft is the charge. That means that this woman had to deprive money of someone else without their consent. Charles Schwab sent her the money, so that charge is going to get dropped. The last charge against her is bank wire fraud. Again, she has to show an intent to deprive Charles Schwab of money. Last time I checked, Charles Schwab made a mistake and sent the money to her. So in the real world, she might walk free and she might have $1.2 million and she might have a wrongful termination case against the sheriff's department for firing her. They shouldn't have done that.
Period. Countersue. I agree with the white man. I agree with the white man.
Okay.
Morally, whatever, she was wrong. But technically, legally, that's her motherfucking money. She woke up, that money was in her account.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
That she woke up and the money was in her account. It doesn't work like that, my ass.
No, it don't work like that, though.
So what's going to happen? They're going to make her give the money back?
Yeah, they can make her give the money back.
That's like me giving.
I think they got 75% of it back. I think they took the house.
That's like me giving you $100 bill and being like, oh shit, I only meant to give you a $10 bill. Give me my $100 bill back.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
You give it to me now. It's mine now. You should have paid more close attention before you gave me that $100 bill.
It was an accident. Your Honor, I was buying some of her Girl Scout cookies, okay? I handed her a 10. Turns out it was 100. And now she don't want to give it to me back. That's theft.
That's not the same. That's not theft because there was no exchange of goods in this. He put the money in her account.
My point is this. You're going to have to give them the money back. So you have a really quick time to decide what the fuck you want to do with this.
Hire a lawyer. Get a real good one.
Yeah, but the lawyer can tell you to just give it fucking back.
Is a lawyer going to tell you to...
Yes.
What about this white man? What was he saying?
That's after the fact. She done spent all the money. Okay, firstly, she's not going to have him. You know why? Because he probably costs a bunch of fucking money.
She can hire him. She has $1 million fucking dollars.
She doesn't have $1 million.
Pay him the $0.2. I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
She bought a fucking house and an SUV and probably a bunch of other shit as well.
That's why I said I would have called, the first person I would have called is a fucking lawyer. Hey, I just found a fucking $1 million in my bank account. Tell me what the fuck to do so I can keep this money.
I don't think you can't keep that though, Shayla. It don't work like that.
I would have had to sue somebody. I would have got some money out the fucking situation. I'm not just gonna wake up with $1 million and I'll be able to keep not a penny. Absolutely not. Somebody gonna have to pay me something.
What you could do is probably take the 1.2. Fuck.
Robin said I'm not giving anything back.
It don't work like that though. They know. Look, when I was in the Bahamas, I told y'all I worked as a bank teller, right? I worked at a bank. I wasn't a good bank.
Yeah, because I couldn't imagine. You can't even fucking count. So how could you
be a bank teller? My account was legit.
No, you can't count. You can't count, Sky.
What do you mean I can't count?
How are you counting money all day?
How would I? I'm sorry. Where did you get I can't count from? Okay, you're confusing us. Okay. You know, I could fuck you up by asking you something. From the 2 times table. You know what I mean? Shayla, what's 2 times 4?
Shut up!
9? Yeah, you were close. Okay, like what the fuck?
Brittany, I'm also confused how they went from $82 to $1 million.
Okay, because someone made a mistake. Someone wasn't looking. That was manual or some shit like that. Okay? Let me just tell you something. Because like I tell you, I work at a bank, right? The best way to rob a bank is to walk into the front door with guns drawn, grab the money, and walk out. All the internal shit is double and triple checked. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So whatever money they put in your account inadvertently, they gonna know. Mm-hmm. Because everything is at a minimum 2 different groups of people checking. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. So you really want so you can't do that. Ah, God. I mean, I wonder, for her to buy a house, that means she had the money for a while. The only thing I could say is like, if you really like tired of life in the US,
Fucking off the grid.
grab that dough and go off the grid if it's like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you would have to be, but it can't be no, because $1 million, I mean, that's a lot of money, but it ain't as much money as people think it is.
You have to go to Bangladesh.
Not if you constantly on the run and having to hide this and hide that. Like $1 million ain't worth it then, dude.
Yeah.
You know, but I would say, you know, like right now, a lot of people leaving the States, right? Or thinking about leaving, right?
Rightfully
Like
so.
all my trans friends trying to move to Canada and shit like this.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe if you think about leaving, it can't be Canada either. You need to fucking be heading to like fucking Taiwan or some shit. You need to be Thailand or some shit. You need to be off the grid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go live a nice little humble life with that in your
Remember
little
when
bank
Wells
account.
Fargo was still in clients banking for opening credit cards in their name?
Yes. Yeah.
Took years to solve that, Brittany said.
But Brittany, this the thing. This the thing of this.
Not in the world of AI. Now
But
we got
Brittany,
AI.
no, but Brittany, this the thing. Banks are allowed to rob you, but you're not allowed to rob them. So what Wells Fargo did, you remember this? They opened all kinds of other accounts in people's name.
And people still bank with them?
Yeah. And I don't even think they paid that big a fine, you know.
What?
And they blame.
Why were they doing that?
Because they were getting extra money for like all these accounts and shit. Like people were getting ATM cards that they didn't even order. Like Wells Fargo did a whole huge bunch of shit. You know? By the way, all the departments that used to investigate shit like that, Elon shut down. So forget it. You guys, you're out there, you're on your fucking own.
Now's the best time to be a scammer. Go out there, scam some shit.
Yeah, it's wild, you know?